Okay, so Newcastle's evolution has been phenomenal. Eddie Howe did a madness yesterday. Tactical beast actually. Pressed PSG on the neck. I'm here to show you how Newcastle defeated PSG yesterday in the Champions League. Actually, they used the 4-3-3 formation, so this is their formation actually. Maybe the 4-3-3 flats. So we are just going to pick out the 4-3-3 flats in order to show you what they use basically. So Joelinton didn't play. Joelinton wasn't on the field. Wilson wasn't there. Longstaff did. Tonali was on the left, Longstaff was on the right, so we had Antonio Gordon on the left wing, we had Isak and then Almiron on the left. Then we had Dan Burn. Oh my god, what a player this is. He has been so good since last season. Even Trippier actually gets an assist every season that he plays, or every match that he plays actually. Shaw was here and Botman wasn't defending this time. It was really shocking actually. We had Lascelles actually. I say Lascelles came from injury and shocked everyone. So Botman, being the star man of the last season, he didn't play. It was really shocking actually. So Adasi played later on, and we had Nick Pope in the midfield. Sorry, in the defense or in the goalkeeping position. What am I even saying? Oh my days! Either ways. So this is the formation they use. Everybody in their different formations, and then I'm going to show you how they moved in the match, because yeah, that's the basic thing, or that's like the most important thing that they did yesterday. So you can see the movements here. Isak was just going up and moving to the wide hand side or the wings, because he knows how to dribble. He has a very good footwork and his speed is quite good as well. So he didn't just stay in one position or just going up, because he couldn't fall down deep. This is what he was assigned to do: move right, move left, move up. And then we have Antonio Gordon going up from the wings and coming down to defend. Him and Almiron doing their normal defensive duties and also cutting in, going into the wings as well. Tonali, Numaresh and Longstaff had a free room in the team. Let me explain, because these midfielders were crazy, man. They were everywhere. They were actually everywhere. I won't say Longstaff was going up like attacking most times when he needed to, but I can't say that he was just staying back like that. He was going up front, so that's why I gave him the free room in the team actually. Numaresh and Tonali, their high press was insane. I'll get back to that later on in the video. And then we have Dan Burn. Oh my days, he is not the fastest, but he's not the slowest as well, and he's very tall. So he was doing his normal defensive duties, coming down, and he was also attacking, not all the time, but yeah, because if he did that, Dembele will use that opportunity against him. So he was sticking with Dembele like glue, like literally glue. He was just maintaining his position. It was quite inverted actually. Trippier had the same thing, quite inverted actually, because he doesn't really have the pace to cover up like that. So, but he has the technique and the skill. So he was overlapping as well. He was coming down to defend too with his technique. And then Shah and Lascelles, they are just moving right side to side. It was really interesting to see Lascelles in the team again, benching Botman that has been there for how many matches and everything. So this was their defensive, or this was their movement in the game. I say defensive, this was their movement in the game. So how they really played now, I'm going to put an animation on my screen. So yes, you can see the two balls now to Trippier and Dan Burn. Trippier gives the ball to Isak. He's a long boy, he knows how to do it, he has the technique. So now Isak can run with the ball and score. Basically, Isak has his pace and he's always breaking the lines, because yeah, PSG were sleeping yesterday. Burn gives it to Tonali. He doesn't have the technique to give it to Gordon like that. Tonali gives it to Gordon. They are playing it like this on the wings. Gordon can take on people, cross the ball to Isak and bang a goal, or he can decide to go himself, but he didn't go himself basically yesterday. Give the ball to Imaresh gives it to Almiron, and you know Almiron can go himself as well. Almiron scores. Now this is the interesting thing: when they are attacking, this is how they play, or this is how they shape up. You can see that shape. It was just crazy, because yeah, now you see the shape, right? You can see the shape, because Almiron goes to the wing, Gordon falls back to the wing as well, to the right hand side in the midfield actually. Longstaff and Tonali shapes up in the midfield as well. Now you see Dan Burn and Trippier up front as well. So why they did this is because if they leave that way, press that high line or press like that, PSG won't have a space, because if Mbappe beats Almiron before he beats Trippier, it's going to be too late. So this is how they stopped Mbappe and Dembele yesterday. It was a tactical masterclass from Eddie Howe. Now everybody's in the midfield here, doing a high press, especially Tonali and Numaresh. So if Numaresh and Tonali goes up front, Trippier and Dan Burn covers up, so it was really hard to pass their midfield, and most of the times PSG lost the ball in the midfield there, so it was crazy. Shah and Lascelles just maintaining their positions because like they are the two last people to beat. Basically, if you beat the midfield, you beat them actually, because yeah, they are not really fast, or if you go one-on-one with them, basically Mbappe and Dembele, they are really quite fast, so they are going to beat them. But the main thing here is from the midfield, so you can see how choked the midfield is with the high press. Isak is up front alone. Now once they get the ball like that, this is how they defend, or this is how they start attacking, and you can see it here now. The ball goes from Humaresh to Longstaff, and I think this is how they scored that third goal. Bang, is a goal. He didn't even think about it. The same way he can go to Humaresh again. Humaresh was like the distributor of the balls, giving it to Gordon. Now you can see Tonali running up front again to get the ball, and then if he gets the ball, bang. You know, the two of them have very good shot technique. Humaresh was really holding the midfield. Now in the case of their set pieces, you can see Dan Burn and their other defender Fabian Shah going up front there to get the ball, you know, like to head the ball inside. Him with Isak and Dan Burn is quite unstoppable because these guys are really tall, so if they get the ball over, you're finished. You're actually finished. This was just so good to watch yesterday. So back to FIFA now. So the tactics was press after possession loss. They were really pressing. They really did a high. I don't want to give them like a constant pressure, because this was one of the reasons Tonali was tired and they had to remove him. It was quite of a constant pressure, and then their defensive width was not too wide, you know, wasn't too wide, because these guys are cutting in, so they don't want, they allow them to play on the wide hand side, but cutting in now is a very good, or is a very different story. And their depth now was high. Like I said, I just showed you now, their depth was high. It's just the two defenders that are going back, so you can put it down at 80. Their build-up play, it was not slow build-up play, it was quite like, maybe let's stay balanced. And their chances creation, obviously it was direct passing. Obviously their attacking was wide as well, because they used the wing very well. So we are going to put it at like an 80 as well. But players in the box, we had 3 players in the box. Basically I just explained it now. Shah, Dan Burn and Isak. Corners to Shah, Dan Burn and Isak, they are just finding them. Free kicks, yeah, you know how it is. From that corner flag or from anywhere Trippier gives them the ball, is a goal. Basically they use the set piece really well, even though they didn't get the set piece like that, but their crossing was immaculate. You can see it in Dan Burn's second goal, or the second goal actually. So now the instructions for the team here is crazy. Isak was a mixed attack. He was not a target man. I'll say he was getting behind as well, but he was drifting wide. Obviously he was everywhere actually. Then this guy now, he wasn't staying forward. Obviously he was coming back to defend and he was cutting inside, so that's why I'm going to put it here. He was coming back to defend and he was cutting inside. This guy was coming short for the ball, to cutting inside and also come back on defense. Same thing with Gordon here. Sorry, I didn't put it here. He was coming short for the ball, cutting inside and coming back to defend. It was crazy. Tonali at the other hand was getting forward, like you can see it here. He's already on default. Supporting across runs, and then he was sticking to his position and covering the wing as well, because yeah, him and Longstaff, they had to do their defensive duties well. Longstaff too, he was covering the wing, sticking to his position. It was quite a balanced attack because he wasn't really going front like that. He only did when he had to go front. And then we have Humaresh. And I'm going to put a balanced attack as well. I'm not going to put drop between defenders or stay back while attacking, because he wasn't staying back like that. He was really pressing if you watched the match yesterday, and also he was covering the center because that was his main duty actually. He is electrifying. Dan Burn on the other hand, he wasn't staying back while attacking, he was joining the attack, sticking to his position as well. I would say he was inverted. He was not overlapping like that. Him and Trippier, they were inverted, because if they really overlap like that, they are going to hear it. You know, Mbappe and Dembele were not smiling yesterday, but they made them smile. They put them in their pocket actually. So they are joining the attack as well. And then Shah and Lascelles, we are just moving side to side. And yeah, this is how they played PSG.